How's it going out there? Here today to give you a little review on the pros and cons of the Kindle Fire. I've had it for a couple of days, kind of been able to play with it to kind of see what's good, what's not. And hopefully this will help you in making your decision if this is something you want to take advantage of. Okay, so we're going to start with the pros first. And one of the first pros about the Kindle Fire is a really comfortable and fast keyboard. I just want to show you. I'm going to hit up here to search. And let's see. So typing is really fluid just because it's a 7-inch tablet, so it's easy to find things quick. Hello, my name is... Now you'll make a little mistakes. You do have to spend a little time to get used to it. For the most part, very fluid. Turn it sideways, responds pretty quick. And then I can go ahead and get my typing on. What is the meaning of life? Good question. So typing takes a little getting used to. One of the things I enabled on mine is you can make it so when you type it makes those noises, kind of like those little typewriter sounds. And that usually helps me make sure I'm hitting the right key. So one con right there, comfortable and fast keyboard. Second thing is just a very simple layout. We have the carousel right in the middle, which anything you open, it basically stays in the carousel. I think up to about 10 things, and then they'll start to kind of close themselves out. And then down here we have our favorites section, where you can actually pin something to the bottom if it's like an app you use a lot or a book that you read a lot. For instance, this is my this is the Kindle Fire user guide. So if I just tap and hold down on it, an option comes up and it says add to favorites. I hit the little button, and now it's at the bottom, and so whatever I do, it's always going to be right down there for me. And I can do like these are all books right now, but I can actually open up an application. Let's open up Facebook, so everybody loves Facebook. And it's open, but I'm going to close it really quick. And now it's on the front, so now I can hold down on it, and oh, you know what? I think that one's already in favorites actually, so that's why it's still there. But as you move down, that's where you'll see all your favorites. You can have as many down here as you want. So that's my second plus. Aside from that, layout's really simple. So when you need to go to a book, music, videos, they're all on the front home screen right here. And let's say if I do go into like apps, all I have to do is click on the house and I get right back to my home screen. So the layout is really simple and really, it's fairly easy to use, and that's what I like. It needs to be just simple for the average user, especially it being $200. A lot of people are going to fling to it. Third thing is size is very great and fits comfortably in the palm of your hand. One hand right here, good grip, and I like that. I have an iPad and I do love it, but I just sometimes wish it was a little bit smaller. So I think the size is just right. So that's another pro right there. Third thing is it has Adobe Flash enabled, and so for example, I'm going to go to YouTube real fast, and what's cool is YouTube plays really well on it. This is the mobile app here, but you can actually go into your settings, and you can actually enable it to allow you to view full websites. Let's see, we go to display, not display. Where do we go for that? Or you know what? We're supposed to go down here at the bottom to menu. We go to settings. That's what we do. And then from there, you want to come down to where it says, drumroll please. It says desktop or mobile view. And usually it's always set for automatic. Like it'll optimize it depending on the internet connection or the website. But I set it to desktop, because then if you do that and we reload YouTube, we can actually see a full browser. So I'm going to youtube.com and watch this. It'll actually show the full website. There it is. Okay, so we can see it that way, we can see it sideways, but you have the option to view the full website, and unfortunately some of the tablets out there are not giving you that option to switch. So I love that the Kindle has Adobe Flash on it, and if I want to watch a video right now, I can click on a video right now, and I can watch it in the browser. I don't have to have a special app for YouTube just to be able to view it. So you see it loading right now, and it's going to pop right up. There it is. Some sound on there, and we just tap on the video and it should pause. There we go. So 4th Pro right there. Next thing is it reads PDFs, and in fact the Kindle user guide is a PDF that it comes with right on it. So reads it seamless and easy to just scroll right through it. And that's going to be a plus for your business person that wants the Kindle because of the size and wants to just keep Word documents on it. Very simple, and PDFs read very well on there. Next pro for the Kindle Fire is going to be the Touch. The Touch is pretty responsive. I would give it an 8 out of 10, and that's in comparison to the iPad. iPad, as we know, has pretty much the best, most sensitive touchscreen. So when you tap, it's there. Every so often, the Kindle can freeze up on you, or sometimes it'll lag just a bit. You may have to tap on the same thing a couple times to get it to work, but it was seldom. So that's why I give it 8 out of 10, because for the most part, the Touch was pretty on point. So 8 out of 10 in comparison to iPad. And my last pro, which is a positive, is it has basic gestures. For example, if I go to the web, I can actually pinch to zoom. I can zoom in pretty far. And you can actually tap in certain sections to get it to like zoom in for you. So from over here, and I tap like that. Maybe don't look over there on this side. There we go. That was the first one I showed. But it's just nice to be able to have that zoom, and you know, it's something that we've come to get used to on tablets. So I think it's pretty much a standard now. Every tablet should have that. So those are the pros. Let me go ahead and hit the cons real quick. I wanted to get this video under 10 minutes, so I gotta talk quick. The cons are going to be there's no Bluetooth. So you know, you can't get a wireless keyboard for it, or you can't sync the speaker to it. You can only use the headphone jack. So I kind of wish they put that on there, because I think that's a simple thing, but it would have just increased the value of the Kindle. The next thing is the built-in speakers are not that great. If you're in a room by yourself, they do sound pretty good, but I was at work and I was using it and I could barely hear it, and I didn't like that. I thought the speaker should have been a little bit better. If you check, they only have 2 speakers and they're at the top right here. No speakers at the bottom. And I was a little disappointed. I thought the sound would be a little bit better. Granted, I know it's supposed to be mainly a reader, but they built it to stream video and play video and music, and so I thought they should have put a little bit more quality into the speakers that were on it. Next thing is low memory. It's only got 8 gigs, and if you go into the settings, it shows you only have actually 6 gigs of content space. So you can't put a lot on there, and I think that's because Amazon is pushing their cloud-based services, so they kind of want people to sync and be in Wi-Fi and be able to connect and, you know, do that. But, you know, what if you're on a plane where there's no Wi-Fi, or what if you're in a park? You know, then what do you do? So I kind of wish it had a little bit more storage, or the option to expand the memory. So that was one other con there. Next thing I would say is the positioning of the sleep button, which is at the bottom right here. This is a really, I don't know, for me it's an uncomfortable spot, because I'll hold the Kindle like this with my thumb at the bottom, and a lot of times I'll hit it by accident and it'll go off on me. So I didn't particularly care for that. I wish it had been at the top or somewhere out the way, because even when I hold it sideways, I just happen to hit it by accident, and I found myself doing that a few times and looked a little silly. So position of the power button was, you know, so-so. And battery life is only 8 hours, and again, that kind of disappointed me, because the standard on most tablets is 10, and so you know, if this guy is going to compete, you know, I think it should have minimum had at least 10-hour battery. Also, given the fact that the Kindle Fire is kind of heavy, I expect it to be a lot lighter. If you felt the 7-inch Samsung tablet, it is like super light, and so I don't know, I expected this to be just a little bit lighter, especially even if you felt the original Kindle's sizing was like super light. So when you feel it, you'll probably say this is a lot, you know, has a little bit more weight than I anticipated. So that's it. Those are the pros and cons for the Kindle. Maybe this will kind of help you weigh out your decision of if this is the one for you to get. I'd recommend to get it and try it out. You know, most stores will give you 14 days, and if you don't like it, you can bring it back. But it does a lot really well. I love the web browser, and there's a lot of apps. You know, you have Amazon's full content base, music and videos and books. So if you're buying this to read, it'll definitely do that really well. And it does a lot of other things really well. So again, hope this was helpful and have a good one.